Hey everybody, it's Brent in Central Arkansas. Today I want to introduce you to a breeding of mine. It's an eggplant cultivar, otherwise known as a variety I call Royal Purple. Now I've bred this, I started breeding this several years ago, and it's now, if it's not open pollinated, I can't remember if it's 7th or 8th generation, but anyway, it's very consistent. As you'll see, I'll show you that. It's a gorgeous eggplant. It tastes great, and the two varieties I chose to combine are both very good cultivars on their own. One is L'Estada de Gandia, which is an Italian, and the other is a Japanese eggplant called Camo. I believe it's K-A-M-O. And I combined those two probably 4 or 5 years ago, and the second generation produced one that's pretty similar to this one, and since that time I've bred it year after year, and it's now at a very nice stage, and I want to share that with you today. So I'm going to get behind the camera and I'm going to take you in closer, and we're going to look at some of the stuff. Everything's really healthy looking, vibrant. I'm getting some little damaging bugs here. I don't like to spray, and they're not overwhelming yet, but I am going to spray today, not just for eggplant but for other things. And if you look down here at this one, that is a seed eggplant. That one is pretty big, and she will be the next generation. And I like this plant ever so slightly more than the other three that are in here. Now I've already pulled one eggplant, and I'm going to pull this one, and we're going to take a quick look at it, because that's going to be one that I like making eggplant soup, and I'm going to make eggplant soup with that. But look at this here. Look at these two babies right here. See that? That coloration is fantastic. Now before the sun hits it, it's a kind of a white color, and then they darken. It's the same with the leaves here and stems, and it's just very cool how it reacts to the sun, and it has vibrant colors, and it has a pattern. It's very subtle. You have to get it in the sun to see it really nicely. But see here how it's kind of a green color here, because the sun hadn't hit that part as much. But the coloration, I love it. Look at this leaf here. It's got the dark veins and a contrasting dark green foliage. It's just a fantastic specimen. Now here is an eggplant that I crossed with it. And this is called, you can see the pattern starting to emerge here. This one's called Louisiana Green Oval. And the Green Oval is something I've had for a number of years. I've also just pollinated this one here, so hopefully that one will start growing as well. But I'm really thinking that this green one, which is obviously green stemmed and green leaf, will contrast and potentially make a really cool looking cross. And so I'm doing that too. I planted 2 of these LGOs, Louisiana Green Ovals, and one of them died back. I'll put a picture of what these look like when I first transplanted them in the bed now. But as you can see looking down, these things are probably more than 3 feet tall now, and they're just, I couldn't ask for a better looking plant. And the way things are growing in the raised bed garden is fantastic. But yeah, this is what it looks like. So let's get that other eggplant over there and take a closer look at it. I thought I'd bring you in a little closer here. Let me get the tripod set up just right so you can see it. I'm going to take this eggplant, and this is about the size I like to take them, right here. And that's her. And so I'm going to take you out onto the deck and show you what this looks like, and then we'll cut it open. And I'll show you what it looks like on the inside. It's pretty cool. But these are my two eggplants. This one was in the fridge, so it's got some moisture on it, condensing, some condensation because of the heat, because it's quite warm. I'd say it's in the mid to upper 80s. But I wanted you to look, let's see if I can wipe it off here, at the pattern. I hope it's coming through in the camera as it is here. It's got this pattern in it. It's really cool, and it's got the white here underneath here. Look how white that is comparative to the color on the outside. Camo's darker than this, and Listata dagondia has stripes in it, and it's just a really excellent cross. I think it took the best of both, and if I'm honest, maybe a little biased, but this calyx here with these sepals, that would be darker if it was in direct sunlight. This stem here would be completely dark, and I've seen that. So let's take a look at the other one real quick, and then we'll cut one of them open. I do want to say that when you cut these open, if you've ever grown eggplants before, what happens with eggplants is they begin to discolor pretty quickly. So I'm not really sacrificing this. I'll still put it in the fridge even after I cut it open, because the soup's not going to care. But I'm going to cut it open. I'm going to let you get a look at it. But yeah, that's just, I look at this and look at those colors. It's just the different spectrum of the same color, and the pattern is just gorgeous. It's just I'm very, very proud of this breeding. And yeah, let's go cut this open. Before I cut it open, let's see if there's any difference in the shade. See if you can see any difference in the fruit. This side here was closer to the sun than this side over here, which is lighter. And this is the one I had in the fridge. Can you tell the difference between when it was in the sun and now? Overall, it just appears a little darker in the shade, but I can still see the pattern in both of them. And I brought you back out into the sun because I want you to see the interior of this. And I think what I'll do is I'll cut this off, the calyx here, and then we'll cut it in half. Look at that color. Look how bright that color is. And we'll cut it directly in half and just get a look at it. Is that not fantastic? Now it's going to start changing pretty quickly. You may be able to even see it now. I can. But the thing I like about this is, and I bred it for this, was it doesn't have as much seed in it as others, both the parents. And it's very, very creamy when it's cooked. It's just phenomenal. It's consistent throughout. And the thing is, I bred it to be to make eggplant parmigiana type sizes plus slicing. I didn't want something that was too big, and I didn't like the baby eggplants, the smaller ones, you know. So I wanted it to be functional. If I get a good eggplant that meets all of my needs, then that's my eggplant, and this is my eggplant. And I call it again Royal Purple. It's just fantastic. I should cut it open. I'm going to cut it open a little more for you, just so you can see what I'm talking about with the seeds of this size. Now this is pretty good size, and eggplants seed tend to show up in veins like through here. See that? You can't even hardly see any seed. Now I could harvest this quite a bit bigger than this, and it would still be small amount of seeds, not much detectable. Look at that right there. There's even a little bitty seed. Doesn't even look like it has like it was fertilized. The seeds are so tiny. Look at them there. This is just a phenomenal eggplant, and it's just The texture is fantastic. It's meaty. It has a fantastic taste. Just everything about this I like so much. I'm very, very proud of this squash. I mean, this eggplant. I always have squash on the brain. Okay, that was the tour, and I wanted to wrap this video up by asking you to please share the video if you enjoyed it. Otherwise, I'd appreciate it if you'd like and subscribe and comment as well. I really enjoy talking to you. Liking and subscribing helps grow my channel and gets my name out there, and all that would be great things and greatly appreciated. Until the next video, we'll see ya.
How long do we gotta stay here for people we don't know in one lines? All of the clothes are designer, fast cars and who knows who. Yeah, I know what they wanna say. They're gonna ask me if I'm gonna make it. I don't care if I'm gonna have to fake it, long as I can be real.